Going to be approximately 120 meal is I am aiming for 30 to 50, but how I sleep, that's what matters. Hello and welcome to Sustainable Living. I'm your host and lifestyle coach, Val, and today we're going to talk about, the glare on my glasses. No, we're not talking about that. Anyways, today we're going to talk about how much protein should I eat. Are you sick of people telling you what to do? Are you tired of television telling you you need this much protein every day? Me too. So I'm going to simplify it for you. Really easy, okay? First of all, we're going to go over the fact that you are your own SME. What's a SME? Subject matter expert, okay? You know more about your body than anyone else on the planet, okay? No doctor, no nutritionist, nobody is going to tell you what you need more than you. So what's that mean? That means that you're probably going to have to do some trial and error. What's that mean? You're going to have to try things and see if it works. Are we getting to something here? Anyways, there are some guidelines that I would suggest using. For example, some people say 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of lean body mass. I'm trying to get my glasses to stop glaring, but... So what does that mean? Okay, for example, I weigh 145 pounds, okay? Not all of those pounds are lean body mass. I mean, I'm pretty all right, but I'm not that lean. So what that could mean is that if I weigh 145 right now and I did the body mass index test, and let's just say I'm 30% body fat and I want to get down to 10% body fat, it's never going to happen. So my target weight is going to be 125 pounds. So I want to lose approximately 20 pounds. This is a lot of mathing, and I'm getting to a point here that may or may not make sense. But if I'm 145 and I want to get to 125, my target protein intake is going to be approximately 120 grams of protein a day. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but for those of you who have ever weighed out your friggin' protein and tried to eat 120 grams of protein a day, exhausting. I've tried it. I've tried weighing it out. I've tried doing the protein shakes. I've tried everything, and the conclusion that I've come to is not everybody needs 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of lean body mass, okay? Maybe if you're doing like some kind of competition, whether that's an Ollie lifting competition, Olympic lifting, we're lifting heavy, you're probably gonna need that much protein. Maybe you're gonna do a show, bodybuilding, you wanna get on stage and have other people tell you how terrible your body looks, even though you worked on it for 6 months and starved yourself and killed your metabolism. Great. Don't do bodybuilding. Sorry for those of you that like it, but I think it's a really rude way to treat yourself. But if you're like training for something, I could see how that would be beneficial, but we're just out here living our lives, right? Like, how much protein do I need to live my life? My biggest primary goal for myself, and you have to do trial and error for you, the biggest primary goal I have for myself is to make sure that my first meal, so breakfast, you break your fast, whatever my first meal is, I am aiming for 30 to 50 grams of protein, okay? That is what really matters. I'm not saying that if you don't get any other protein throughout the day, that doesn't matter, you should get more than just that, but that is the meal that targets your body, your metabolism, and gets you going for the day. So your first meal really is very important. We've always heard breakfast is the most important meal, but there's a twist to that. They don't really explain to you why it's the most important meal. And breakfast literally means breaking your fast. So you could eat breakfast at 6 a.m. or at noon. And whatever that meal is, that's you breaking your fast. And you should aim for 30 to 50 grams of protein in that meal. What does that look like? Well, 1 egg has 6 grams of protein in it. So if you eat 4 eggs, that's 24 grams of protein. Throw some lean, minus that word, throw some meat in there. Not lean meat. Don't eat lean meat. If you eat lean meat, unsubscribe, okay? Throw some meat in there. And breakfast meat can be dangerous because it is full of sodium and preservatives and other things that you really shouldn't be eating on a daily basis. But some people eat their bacon every day. I used to, but I started getting high cholesterol, and I just don't think it's a good daily food to eat. So what I typically do is I will eat whatever protein that I meal prep. So typically chicken thighs, or sometimes I eat salmon with my eggs. I'll pretty much eat anything. Like, I really don't care. And I eat broccoli with my eggs, asparagus. Like, my first meal is the fuel that I need to get my day, my body started. So I'm not really looking at it like, this is breakfast and I need eggs and pancakes and blah, blah, blah. That's old news, guys, folks. Okay, those of you that grew up in the 80s and 90s, you know, we grew up on cereal and bread and pancakes and other things, but you want to get your protein in for first meal. Okay, get your protein in there. So second meal might look like another delicious protein with some vegetables. And then third meal might look like another delicious protein with a salad. And just target that 30 to 50 grams in your first meal. And then maybe if you get it in your second meal, then you're up to almost 100 grams. And then maybe you get another 10 to 20 in your third meal. So just like play with it and see how you feel. And what does that mean? How do I feel? Okay, here's a number one precursor for what I think about when I say, how did I feel after I ate XYZ? How did I feel after I took this new supplement? How did I feel? That just is such a broad thing when someone says, how do you feel? Here's how you can measure that. How did you sleep? That's like the best way to measure anything that you're doing, period. Across the board. That's all you need to know. I did this thing today, I ate this meal, and then pay attention to how you slept that night. That is going to tell you so much about your body, right? Because when someone asks you how you feel, like for me, I go into like all these thoughts, like, I don't know, my back hurts, kind of hungry, I think I'm dehydrated, I'm annoyed, my eyes hurt, I've been staring at this computer screen all day. I don't know how I feel, usually tired. But how I sleep, that's what matters. And I think these are good tidbits to take into your life, because there's so much information out there about how much protein you should eat, what you should eat. Listen, we're here to keep it simple. That's why it's called sustainable living, okay? I want to teach you things that are sustainable and easy and doable and sustainable. So try this, let me know how it goes. First meal, 30 to 50 grams protein. Second meal, shoot for 20 grams protein. Third meal, make it up. Tell me how you sleep that night. Tell me how you feel the next day when you wake up, and then we'll go from there. Everything is based on how do you sleep. We'll go into more of those details in another episode on sustainable living. Don't forget to leave a comment. Tell me what other information you would like to know about, what video you would like to see. Subscribe, turn those notifications on, and check out my website if you know someone that is struggling in their life, whatever it is, with weight or nutrition or fitness, or maybe someone's depressed. Maybe someone you know is deeply depressed and they're struggling with PTSD. Very common thing that people struggle with. Everyone has it. Give them my website, give them my information. I have a plethora of knowledge to pass on to the world. And honestly, helping people is truly my passion, and I would love to help you or anyone else you know or love. So thank you for watching. Please share this video, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.